Now let's check out our C major chord. I've mentioned this chord a couple of times in the previous module. For those of you who haven't seen the lessons from the previous module, I do recommend going through that before coming into this module. But if not, it doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing. Anyways, this is what the chord looks and sounds like. Very nice sounding, happy sounding chord. Now, alright, so most people, when they first try the C major chord, they will have problems, well, mainly two problems, which is very similar to the A minor chord. Either they will have problems with their fingers accidentally touching the adjacent strings, causing the strings to mute, or they will have problems with their index finger not quite pressing onto the string well enough, or it could be both. If you have problems with both of that, then you want to treat each of them individually and then move on to the next one. All right. So one thing I can say about the C major is, in order to reach to the fret wire, because you always want to play close to the fret wire, you have to angle your hand just a bit. Don't square up your hand when you play your C major. What I mean by square up your hand is, don't have your hand like this, yeah? Because if you have your hand like this, it's a lot harder to stretch your fingers apart to get your fingers near the fret wires of every fret. If you have your hand at a slight angle like this, it's a lot easier to reach for the notes, yeah? Try this out. See, if I have my hand straight like that, it's a lot harder to stretch my fingers out far apart. This is more or less the furthest I can stretch my fingers apart. This is what happens when you square your hand up. But if I have my hand at an angle like that, look at how much further I can reach. I can reach very, very far with this. So you always want to have your hand at a slight angle for your C major chord and many other chords. Now back to the two main issues that I mentioned. Same thing. If you have if one of your fingers is touching the adjacent string and causing the string to be muted, just curve your finger a bit more and readjust. Think of the tabletop. If the issue lies in the index finger not quite getting the first fret of the second string to ring, same thing with the A minor. Imagine you are pushing the string towards the fret wire to produce the sound. Yeah. If that doesn't help, try playing around with the angle of your index finger. Yeah. But you do want to avoid pressing down on the string with your nail. If your nail is being jammed into the fretboard, you're probably not doing it right. Yeah. And one more tip about the index finger is, you don't want to have your index finger leaning forward like that. I hope you can see this. You don't want to lean forward like that. Yeah. The pressure of pushing down on the string should always be almost straight down into the fretboard, or at a slight angle this way. Never in front like this. If you have your finger bent in front like this, you're not going to get the string to ring. So always back this way a bit or straight down. In this case for C major, I have my index finger slightly backwards this way. Not too much, just slightly. And again, as usual, once you learn how to play your chord, play every string to make sure that your chord sounds nice and clean.